Good news, everyone!
Oh, no.
We found it. It is time.
I almost did the bumper.
Have you ever?
I already did. I did.
If you can find out a way
Garrett.
to spell that, we can make it the title for today's episode. Jocelyn, have you ever been so excited to talk about a survey?
You know, we've covered these surveys in the past, and this one made the internet explode. So, I mean, I am excited to talk about it because, I mean, I know that it's going to be, or the subject matter of the survey is very different, I think, than what a lot of Hearthstone players may potentially be familiar with. So, guys, it might be a little bit scary, but I've played other games, and consistently play other games that have implemented things like this. So I think I'm looking forward to having a chat about what battle passes mean and look like and how they can be implemented well versus, you know, pretty much terribly. And yeah, I want everyone to just not freak out. Just calm down, guys. We can do this. We can make it through. Calm down. It'll be okay.
Well, if you hear thunder, I would like to ask Florida to calm down because that's happening
Is
now.
Florida going off right now?
Yep. Once again, it is happening every day, sometime between 4:30 and 6:30, and so it just made it in. So stream, if we disappear, God was done with this episode. Yeah. So
Josh, don't want us to talk about battle passes.
In regards to the survey, which basically tees up the idea of a battle pass for Hearthstone, I'm not freaking out.
Good.
I am kind of legitimately down with this idea.
Yeah, and so that's the camp that I fall into as well. I think that when it comes to battle passes, like I said, essentially the idea, if you guys aren't familiar with the battle pass, is that in general, it is a reward system set up over a set period of time. Usually, sometimes they're month to month, but usually it's longer than that. As far as the Hearthstone survey led us to believe, it's looking like the Hearthstone timeline is going to be approximately 4 months or one expansion cycle, which makes sense. So they are essentially a reward system spread out over a few months that has one essentially free set of rewards that you earn by playing the game, and then another set of rewards that you earn at the same time as you earn the free ones. But if you pay, it's extra. So they give you extra rewards if you pay for the premium version of the battle pass. So everyone, as long as you're playing the game, earns some rewards, but you earn more if you pay for it. And in general, battle passes are most successful when you pay less money than you would normally for the rewards that you're going to get within that battle pass. So the game that I play very regularly and that I pay for the battle pass in is Dead by Daylight. You guys have probably heard me talk about Dead by Daylight a lot. It is one of my very most favorite games that I play multiple times a week at a competitive level. I love it. And it has a battle pass. It's another one that's kind of newly implemented, I guess. It hasn't been around super, super long. It's been, I guess, 3 iterations of them, and they last for 70 days. And so you're looking at, about 2.5 months for the Dead by Daylight version. And I think that there's some things in battle passes that are done well, some things that aren't done well. But in general, I don't think battle passes are a bad thing. I think that one of the biggest criticisms of Hearthstone over its just entire existence has been the rewards aren't enough. We don't earn enough. We play so much, but we get so little back. Please give us more. And they've done that a lot with everything that they've implemented over the past couple of years. They are rewarding us more now than they ever have in the past. And this, to me, this battle pass system, even just the free version, the free track from, I guess, was this spreadsheet that they that they linked in the Out of Cards article, was that a leak or was that in the survey?
I am unaware because they don't post complete screenshots of the survey, and I did not receive a survey myself.
Right. I didn't get a survey either. but yeah, so basically the spreadsheet of rewards, like there's a few flags in here for me as somebody who's played other games and bought into battle passes. And the first thing is that the premium rewards end halfway through, which makes me think that this is, first of all, a leak and second of all, incomplete. But again, I don't know. So that's kind of a flag for me because, I mean, I want my rewards to go the whole way through. And there's two ways of looking at this, because you can either look at it like they're front loading the premium rewards. So if you get the premium pass, then you hit all your rewards and you don't necessarily have to continue all the way to level 100 or more to get the value out of your money. But the other thing for me, which is a really big flag on that spreadsheet for rewards, is that the levels of the battle pass have increasing XP amounts. That is a huge, huge flag to me. And I feel like they've done that to incentivize the premium pass because you're getting that XP boost built into those rewards. But that is really detrimental to people in the free version. I think that an ideal battle pass rewards you equally for every level. So for instance, in Dead by Daylight, again, this is the game and the battle pass that I'm most familiar with and that I think gets a lot of things right. You need 10 fragments for every level, and every single level across all 70 days with all 70 levels of the battle pass costs you the same amount of fragments. You can earn fragments in a whole bunch of different ways, but every single level of the battle pass is the same. It doesn't get any harder to earn the rewards as you move up in the battle pass. And I think that's really, really key. There's nothing that feels worse, and Blizzard, it does this across all their games. It really turned me off of Overwatch, among other things, but making you work a whole lot harder the more you play the game feels like you're being negatively impacted by being an active player. Like that never feels good.
It reminds me of tactics by cell phone providers and cable companies of, if you're new, you get all the cool stuff, but you've been with us for 5 years. Sorry, bud. Sorry, you're paying like double for that HBO. Yeah, I can understand that. I haven't even thought about that. The only battle pass I've really interfaced with is Call of Duty. Because I weirdly,
which is another Activision property, so that's a really good comparison.
Warzone. I really like it, but I have no idea. If you ask me, like, does it ramp up? I'm gonna go with probably, because that game isn't perfect outside of the game. It's like playing the game for a minute. I love it. Everything else is a little rough around the edges. Call of Duty Modern Warfare. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But overall, I like battle passes. They're fine. You know what? Never mind. I did play with Apex as well, which again, I preferred to loot boxes big time, or as a way to at least earn loot boxes, or in this case, card packs. So I don't know. Everything on paper here, even if it does, I don't know. I'm not sure how much I care about it ramping up. It depends on like how much XP they give us, I guess.
Well, and how
quickly we accrue it.
Yeah, that's the piece that they didn't really talk about. They talked about replacing gold on your quests with XP for the battle pass. They talked about a maximum that you could earn per week, which means if you only have 1 day to play, you can basically get all your XP in 1 day and then not have to worry about playing for the rest of the week. Like they talked about those kind of things, but they even gave us, I guess, like the total XP required for level 100. Again, I'm assuming this came from the spreadsheet. For hitting level 100, which is the end of the rewards on the battle pass, other than you just kind of have, if you go beyond level 100, then you just keep getting gold for every level, or for every 2000 XP you earn, you get another 25 gold. So, they haven't actually told us like what winning a game is worth, or what completing a quest is worth, or, we have no idea if like one of your quests will be worth 2000 XP. Like without that information, it's very hard to judge.
Yeah. Well, and again, this is a survey, not an official announcement. So I wouldn't expect honestly, I think the survey divulged so much more information than I would have expected from a survey, like kind of broaching the subject of a battle pass for Hearthstone. Like the amount of information that was like gleaned from this is nutty.
Yeah.
So I guess let's get into some of the highlights here because we're kind of talking all over the place. And so, folks, if you haven't followed along, there would be both a paid and free version, which is in line with basically every battle pass that exists for every freaking game that has a battle pass. Usually paid kind of gives you buys you X amount of levels at first or an XP bonus or something like that. In other battle passes, not necessarily here, although it does mention later that you would get an XP bonus from it. It would last roughly 4 months. The goal being the stretch expansions. So it would run from the start of one expansion to the beginning of the next expansion. And then it would be like a new season for a new battle pass, which is good. I don't want to see monthly battle passes. Like don't.
No. Oh no.
The monthly ladder reset already is something I don't love. So there's that. It mentions XP replacing gold rewards from quests. And this is really what sent people into a flurry, possibly a blade flurry.
And I mean, even chat room right now is talking about how this is replacing quests, and they didn't say that. They said that XP is going to replace gold rewards from quests. So they didn't say they're taking away daily quests. They said that you're no longer going to get gold, you're going to get XP, which is feeding into this battle pass system. So that's kind of different. Like you're going to still have your daily bonus things you can do for a currency. It's just that now they're calling it XP instead of gold, and they're moving gold into the battle pass. I don't want to say behind the battle pass because there is still a free version, right? So,
right. There's no technically behind the battle pass because you're going to interface with it one way or the other, whether you want to pay to get a leg up or not.
Yes.
You're going to be grinding out your battle pass.
Yes.
Which sounds dirty. They also mentioned gold replacing wins, but there was no word on if the daily max for wins is changing, which is like a big variable, I think, on how I feel about this. Although I gotta say, if I'm being honest, I think it's going to be pretty hard to make the current amount that you get for wins feel any worse.
Yeah, the amount that you get for wins is quite small. And the other thing that I find kind of interesting about just the idea of earning XP is that means that you could potentially be earning for more than just, wins in a day and your quests, like if I'm going in and playing the game in whatever mode I want, because that's also been a criticism levied since the release of Battlegrounds, right? Is that Battlegrounds are not rewarding at all. So if, between standard and wild and Battlegrounds and arena, if all of these things together are just contributing to one pool and that pool is XP, then I can play Hearthstone however I want and unlock rewards as I go. And I'm going to know exactly what those rewards are the whole entire time that I'm playing. And I'm going to know what I'm working towards. And I think that, because I think I've seen a couple comments in chat room as well about, not wanting to track and not wanting to do this and that and the other thing about, this is overwhelming. It's too much rewards, blah, blah, blah. Wins for gold and daily quests are easy. The way, at least it's implemented in Dead by Daylight, is yes, you can go and look at the whole entire battle pass and everything that you get for all 70 levels. But the default view is like, here's the last couple things you earned. Here's the level you're on right now. Here's your next couple of rewards. Like it's
something that Ben Lee mentioned in the AMA today, that they want it to be understandable and for that information to be presented to you in a clear way, which I would imagine. Yeah. Like if you've never mess with the battle pass.
It's not going to look like that spreadsheet. Like that's not going to be how Hearthstone presents that information to you.
No, definitely not. So I trust them here. This is Hearthstone. They're afraid of turning our cards right side up in spectator mode, I think. So
they value our user experience and they never want to overwhelm us. So
how do you not work in like PR?
Right?
That's great. That's great. Anyway, let's talk about potential rewards. Potential rewards include, again, this is a survey. None of this is in stone, but latest expansion packs, prior expansion packs, upgradable hero skins. Who the hell knows what that means? I'm sorry.
I want to put hats and sunglasses on my heroes. Like, especially Especially if there was somehow a button I could push where, like, when I have my crazy turn, when I go off with my druid, like, all of a sudden I get, like, deal with it sunglasses on Lunara. Like,
do you think we'll get our too hot for Hearthstone skins back as a way? Like, is that because for some people, I think, I'm not saying I believe this, would think that that's an upgraded hero portrait.
That definitely is an upgraded hero portrait. Like, hashtag free Jaina's boobs.
Experience boost for the pass itself, which is mentioned multiple times. Arena tickets, individual random cards, a choice of hero skins, alternate art for the coin. I'm bringing on, please. Yes, please. Yeah. Alternate card art. I've only asked for it since, I think, episode 1 of this show. Expansion card back, and then, of course, gold.
Which that's pretty cool because I feel like that gives them the opportunity to do something big and crazy. We have expansion card backs from pre-ordering, right? But like, can you imagine if you got like a super crazy, awesome animated to the nines, like card back? Like, I don't even know what this would look like, but like, yeah. I feel like if it's like the end reward for completing the battle pass, that's the kind of thing that you could really go crazy with.
Yeah. And then talking about paid bonuses, it mentions one non-disenchantable golden legendary, which places like Hearthstone and out of cards, and I also agree with this, say that would make them lean towards it's a unique legendary, not random, much like other golden cards that have been gifted to us in the past that we can't disenchant.
Like ETC.
Yes, like ETC. 2 upgradable hero skins, 3 levels of upgrades each. These would be Jaina and Rexar. That is extremely specific, so it makes me think they put a lot of thought into this, and we will most likely see this no matter what changes happen. 20% XP boost for the pass. Alternate art for the coin is under paid bonuses, so you would, if this is true, get it for buying, like getting the boost for the battle pass. 17 packs for the latest expansion, 14 packs for prior standard expansions, 4 arena tickets, 2 legendary cards, and 2 epic cards, which just makes me wonder how much this would cost. Because if it's like, I think I paid 20 for Call of Duties. Like if I pay $20 for this, I would do it like tomorrow. I'd be like, sure, why the hell not? Here's my $20.